So let's start off with letting people know who is Sheila Granger.
Yeah, who am I?
Yeah.
I'm based in the UK. I'm a clinical hypnotherapist, and I've been in the hypnotherapy world around about 9 years now. And probably like a lot of hypnotherapists, I fell upon this profession. I didn't leave school thinking, hey, I want to be a hypnotherapist.
No, you didn't.
And I spent 22 years as a fraud investigator for the government. And I spent my life investigating people who were not as honest about their social security benefits as they should have been. And never really intended to do anything different. And I was a little bit of a serial course goer, really. And I I went on a hypnotherapy training course. I had an interest of how the human mind worked. Never really intended to do anything with it sort of seriously. But then I noticed how you can change somebody's life with it. And that passion to do that, more of that, took over. Mm-hmm. And I I ended up seeing more and more people, and ended up sort of having to think, okay, I've got to ditch the day job if I want to do more and more of this. So I'm now based in a doctor's office. That's where my practice is based. And I built a practice that was seeing 35 to 50 clients a week in under 2 years. Now, I wouldn't recommend that for somebody starting a business. I really did flog myself with that. Yeah. But that is because I created a niche, really, a niche client base in the weight loss arena. So I now have other therapists that I refer business to. Yeah. Obviously, I train a lot of other therapists as well.
Yeah, awesome.
But I still see clients from
So with the Virtual Gastric Man, basically you created a niche within a niche.
Yes, a niche within a niche, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Because a lot of people who started practicing therapy, not just hypnotherapy, but therapy in general, people think, oh, I should do everything because that will ensure that I have clients. What do you think about that?
It's very difficult to market everything to everybody. Mm-hmm. So I think when you start in your practice, you've got to think, who is my client? Who am I going to target my marketing at? Mm-hmm. Because as we know, hypnotherapy can help with so many things, but it's very difficult to market everything to everybody effectively. So if you're going to market really effectively, you've almost got to take a shotgun as opposed to scattergun everything. Yeah. And really be clear about who is my client, who is my potential client, who do I really want to get my message across to. All right. And people, it's remembering as well that people buy into you as a person. Mm-hmm. When I look back, some of the, I was really lucky, because there's a degree of luck as well, I think, when you start your business up. And, I remember one lady who, she contacted me from America, and she paid for me to go to Florida and put me up in a 5-star hotel to go and do sessions with her every day at her house. Wow. And I thought, I need more clients like this.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I had clients who were getting on a plane from the other side of the world and getting on a plane to London, a train from London to where I'm based, to come and see me. Well, how many therapists do they have to go by in order to get to me? Yeah. So it's people buying into you as a person. So you've got to be visible. You've got to be visible.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so, we have an idea at least of how you started with hypnosis. How did you come about the Virtual Gastric Band? How did that happen?
Well, my father-in-law, he sends me newspaper articles, cuttings of hypnosis in the news.
All right.
And this one particular Saturday, my partner came in with this newspaper article, and it was actually about some people in Spain called the Charans. And it was a newspaper article that said that they were getting people to imagine surgery.
Yeah.
Imagining an operation, and they were getting people to lose weight by getting them to imagine surgery. And I read this article and I thought, that is a load of rubbish. That is a con. It will never, ever work. But at the time, 80% of my clients were coming for weight loss, and what I was doing wasn't that effective. It worked for some people, not for others. Mm-hmm. Didn't really get a handle on it. So I thought, what the heck? I'm going to put that type of approach to a little bit of a trial. So I asked for 25 volunteers. Nobody paid me any money at all. I saw all these people. I hired a hotel room. I approached my local newspaper and asked them to come along to independently verify any results that I got. The worrying thing was the newspaper, they printed that the trial was taking place. So I thought, oh my Lord, if this fails, they're going to be printing it anyway. Yeah. I'm not going to have a business if this doesn't work. And after the first session that I did with these ladies, well, actually it was a mixed group. There were a few gentlemen in as well.
Yeah.
After the first session, one lady rang me up and she said, I've spent 45 years of my life thinking about food all of the time, and all of a sudden, I'm not thinking about it anymore. What has happened? What have you done?
Wow.
Anyway, the group went on to lose, I don't know if you work in pounds and stone, but they lost 14.5 stone and there's 14 pounds in a stone.
Well, let's work that out into kilograms. So 1 stone, it's 6.3 kilos.
Okay.
So you said how many stones altogether?
14.5.
14.5 stones times 6.3. So that's 88 kilograms.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean...
Okay, yeah, so the group as a whole lost 14.5 stone, 14 pounds in 1 stone, and they lost that in 3.5 weeks.
Wow, that's tremendous.
And I was amazed. In all honesty, it could have blown me over with a feather.